Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 105 of the Party Invite podcast. This is a video podcast, a vodcast, if you will, that comes in two parts. One part with three of us and Chris when he's available, talking about what we've been playing, followed by a party topic. We got a nice short and sweet one tonight, and then a game stream. All of that. You can, of course, always find the podcast on YouTube, but the game stream lives on Twitch. Twitch is the best place to really join us, hang out with us, experience our content and all that stuff. But my name is Tegan, your host for tonight. Over here we have Vilos.
That's me.
It's an editor-in-chief right there, and Sovereign Sid, streamer
Hello.
extraordinaire. So the three of us are your party leaders tonight. In order to give you, to kick things off with something that made us smile, let's go straight into blissing up. Something in gaming or non-gaming that made us smile this week. Something that really got us going. Chris isn't here, and I'll just say this real nice and quick because he would want to talk about it. The Last of Us finale just happened. Show's good, everybody. It's good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I am excited that a lot of people who don't game at all have had a chance to experience this story. I've been able to talk to coworkers who don't play a single video game who are excited to talk about that show. So the season just ended. There wasn't an episode I didn't think was good, and yeah, if you have an opportunity to check it out on HBO, go check it out. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm really pleasantly surprised, because I was one of the voices that was just like, ugh, if you want to just watch watch the game, just, watch the game. But they did such a good job with this adaptation. I am so glad that I decided to give it a chance because, oh my gosh, I'm like way on the other side of the please watch this on HBO Max fence now. Like I'm in it. I got property. I have a house. It's all bunkered up with, conspiracy magazines and beer.
You invested your money into Pedro personally. Yeah.
Right. It's year of the Pedro right now, 2023. So yeah, that's good stuff. The other thing I would talk about is spring is right around the corner. We're about a week away from the official beginning of spring, and I am thrilled about it. Colors are starting to pop up. I went on a walk this morning, and we saw just a few flowers showing their colors. Starting to get warm, but there's sun out, and because daylight savings happened, so we're in daylight time, I guess. Yeah, it's the sun's actually out right now when we're streaming, and it will be, I mean, for a while for me, I guess. So excited about that. Sunlight's cool, Not being in the dark all the time is pretty cool. So, how about you guys? What's good? Violet says nothing. Violet doesn't smile. Violet, I know that nothing is not the real answer to this, but I understand we're streaming. You got to keep things to yourself.
No, I actually had a pretty shit weekend, so yeah, no.
I'll ask you about that later. But
Then it's us. We make you smile. Ta-da!
yeah, ta-da. Yeah, we let's see. Well, Sav, what's up? You say here? Oh yeah, it was it's Pi Day this week, huh?
I saw. Yeah. Okay.
Saw.
So first of all, we were speaking about Chris, right? And he's not going to be here for this pod. But I want to assure y'all that he is real because after the 2 years that I have been on this pod, since he's approached me to be a part of this, this lovely podcast here, I've never met him once in real life. I've never seen him. I'm pretty sure he was like AI generated this whole time. And like I actually met him. Tegan, if you want, we could pull up that picture in the Discord. I know this is kind of like a thing, but we got a picture together at his establishment, which I will not dox, even though I'm pretty sure it's been said before.
Oh, you could say Chris works at the ship in Kansas City. He talks about it all the time. No, I'm just saying it.
Okay. No, it's fine.
He's very open about it, and he would love to talk about it. So, if he was here, he'd just say the same thing. That's where, or he was the one who booked Megaran when he came into Kansas City. So, yeah, Chris is not shy.
Where I met him at that show. And get this, we had shots together. It was like a big old moment.
Wow. It doesn't get
so
any better than
lovely.
that. You were wearing your Fireball shirt, weren't you? I guess I can
Oh, yeah,
find...
yeah. I think I posted it in general.
Yeah, I see it here. Yeah, I'll get this up here in a second, but I'm excited for you guys. Yeah, when I reread, I was like, oh, wow. I knew that all four of us have never been in the same room at the same time together, but I didn't realize that you two hadn't met at all in person.
Nope.
Especially because you two know you two know a lot of people in Kansas City. So the fact that you guys hadn't been in the same room together, I'm like, what's happening?
It's a secret. We're the same person. It's like round my half, you know?
Right. Let's see. I'm gonna.
Just touch some hot spring water and bam, here I am. And then I touch cold spring water and oh, it's Chris now.
Right. So there's a lovely picture. Look at you
It's
two.
awesome.
If I could get it bigger, I would, but not on the fly. Discord doesn't cooperate. But yeah, happy for you guys. So exciting. Those are real reasons to smile.
It is. It is. And you know what? I say this a lot about people that I haven't met before, but I thought he would be taller. I
How
don't know.
tall
Maybe
is
I'm
Chris?
just taller than I think I am.
He's like 2 inches taller than me, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm 2 inches taller than you, Vilos.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about me. Okay, not Chris. I was like, huh. Yeah.
No,
So
no,
okay.
Chris is about 2 inches taller than me.
But he's taller than I am.
Wow, what a conundrum. This is crazy. We're gonna have
This is one of those real life math problems.
if he is 2 inches taller than him, and you are, yeah, we'll have to get a pen and paper for this one. Well, yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited for you guys. Yeah, Pie Day was a success for us too. We went out and had pie. It's very good. In fact, we had pie over last weekend and pie on Tuesday, so we're really living the good life. It's wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
great. Chat, if you have stuff that made you smile over the past week, let us know in chat or on our socials, Discord, Twitter, all that good stuff. You can find links to everything on our website, which is partyinvite.games. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Sav, you probably got the most in-depth revisiting a classic, a Sav classic. Do you want to start with yours?
Yeah. So I've been playing Spelunky 2.
Well, this is like
Just kidding.
years ago. I had a podcast with Cam Koenig, and I swear that I talked about Apex Legends like 20 episodes in a row. I think he was gonna throttle me. Oops.
Actually, the time that you had me as a guest on that podcast, you still talked about Apex Legends.
I'm sure I did. I talked about it literally every episode. I think. Ugh. Whoops. Well, you live and you learn. You.
I don't know. Did you learn though?
A little. Maybe. I just don't ask me to use what I've learned on the test. I don't want don't give me the test.
Yeah, it's not multiple choice this time.
Oh crap.
Uh-oh.
Well, now I'm out of luck. Well, Sav, you've been playing DKO.
Yeah, some Divine Knockout. They have just actually released a new god, Loki. So if you have been listening in the past, you will know that I've been talking about how they were talking up the Norsitude of the next, like the whole next patch. So they released a new map and new god, everything. And people were speculating a lot that it was going to be either Loki or Fenrir or like the Sun and Moon gods who are not Fenrir. But no, it turned out to be Loki. And he actually plays like really, really cool, like right up my alley. He's very assassiny, very stealthy. And the character that I play, Izanami, is the same way. She's very rushed down. She can go invisible. She's very, I will kill you at high percentages and whatnot. And that's Loki. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have a pocket Loki. I think Loki might be my new main.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. His kid is just so cool. And he has something in his invisibility that she doesn't, in which that he can dodge while he's invisible because it's a part of his ability that isn't his movement. Whereas hers is a part of her movement ability. So if she dodges, she is revealed. So he's really cunning, really tricky. His kit he's got like all these acrobatics and like deceptivery going on. He can poison people. I'm putting a lot of work in the Soptionary today. Like it's packing in there. It's about we getting there. Glossary. But no, like his kit works really well together. He can like leap in and out of battle. When he does his leap, his aerial moves become empowered. So whichever you decide to approach your enemy with, it'll be a powered move with extra knockback and damage. Really good finisher, but you also leave yourself vulnerable because that is your movement ability. So if you decide to use it to finish someone off stage, you might struggle to get back. So a little bit of balance there as far as decision making. Your first hit out of stealth is a poisonous hit. So as poison, it's the first character that has any kind of like damage over time. Although Soul can burn people with her fire pools, they have to be standing actively in the fire pools to get that damage over time. But this is a status that Loki himself can actually inflict on a character. And there are different talents that you can equip to his build to make that poison either last longer or reset under certain circumstances.
What are those
So
circumstances?
I believe that if you hit someone while they are dazed by his dagger, it can reset the poison. And then there are the perks that
Oh,
you can,
wow.
like the lesser blessings that you can do to extend that poison.
So on this in this map that we're showing, it's a huge tidal wave that went across the whole map. I mean, the other one had the bell in the middle, and there was another
Right.
one that had some sort of environmental thing. I can't remember what it was, but it was obviously like special to that level. But that tidal wave that just went across that's huge. That's massive. That's
Yeah, that's our friend Gil. That's our friend Gil, the Umibozu.
Gil. Well, Gil reminds me of the episode of Smash where the whole the Brinstar or the other one, where the lava completely covers the screen and you've got to like go to the one safe spot in
Is it
Brawl.
Brinstar or Brinstar Depths? No, okay, it's neither. It's
I don't
Norfair.
think it's Norfair. Yeah.
It's Norfair.
Yeah, it reminds me of that because like most of the level seems, to be in danger for a moment. I'm always a big fan of stuff like that. Like in Smash, you'd have your final destination, which is no items, blank. There's no platforms, there's nothing and stuff. But I really liked those goofy maps. Of course, I was clearly not a really serious player, but I always just like that goofy stuff. Because you can kind of like trick people sort of into playing on your terms. Like if your terms are, I'm going to use the level, I'm going to knock you into this lava, and they're trying to play like a serious player. Well, if they're not super good, then you can just cheese them, and that's
Well, that's one of the things about the hazards in this game too, is that they cannot be turned off, even in customs, I don't think.
really
But you can actually use them to your strategic advantage. Like for instance, that tidal wave can stun people for like a really significant amount of time. So you can either knock them off stage into the wave, which will stun them, which means they can't recover and they'll fall to their doom. Or you could just, knock them into the wave while they're on stage and then plan your attack from there. So a lot of in fact, they just only added their final destination equivalent in the last patch. We haven't had one this whole time.
really
And it's only in 2v2 and 1v1s that it's present. Otherwise, we just have all of our environmental hazards and different biomes and whatnot. But that is something that I wanted to talk about too, is the biggest change that they made to DKO is that they removed the arcade modes entirely. So all of the fun chaotic modes like Oddball and King of the Hill and all that stuff, that's gone and replaced completely with 3v3 Knockout now, which has been met with polarizing reception,
I'd imagine.
understandably.
I
Because I
like
mean
dumb
now,
crap, and you're gonna take the dumb crap away. What is this?
well, the
Literally
way that I
unfair.
see it is that like those modes are what I used to like decompress from like the more competitive knockout modes, brawl modes, and duel modes. Now it's just fighting. I mean, I know it's called Divine Knockout, but that's the only reason I get on to play the game. However, they will be making it come back as limited time modes in the future. In fact, with this next patch, they're going to be releasing it as a limited time mode the following weekend of the update of the patch, which will feature new skins and new maps and a new event pass actually. So the Norse etude that I was describing earlier, the new map is going to be like a fiery furnace, kind of like forge sort of map. It's really, really pretty.
When you say forge, you mean Halo Forge or like an anvil, like an actual forge, like the classic definition?
Like a forge, like a classic forge.
Okay.
Imagine where Mjolnir was, made. I was going to say forge, but we've said that word a lot already.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
starting not to sound like a word.
I've had like several instances in my life lately where I ask for a definition and the person uses the word in the definition. I'm just like, stop it. I need other words.
Now, if I already have DKO, does this cost?
The event pass? No, actually, this first one's going to be free, and that was a big part of their announcement today. So,
oh, cool.
In light of all of the stuff that they've had to do, especially with all the big changes and stuff that have thrown people out of whack, they have decided to, I guess, through some kind of grace, give us this first event pass for free, which I think is actually strategically good on their part too, because it allows people to have, mass access to it, and so they can get the most feedback on it that they can. So it's only 20 tiers long, so it's not going to take forever to grind out. Like Halo's 100 tiers or something like that, and even Overwatch reduced it to 80, but that's still a long time.
Yeah.
So 20 It gives everyone an opportunity to earn the rewards that they want without having to invest like a terribly significant amount of time in the game. Although without those arcade modes, how much time are you actually going to spend in it? I don't know. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff coming. There are some instant unlocks that you can get. Everything is Bifrost themed because like, the whole Norse thing. So it's like a fire and ice sort of aesthetic going on. And the new skin for Amir just looks fantastic. In fact, I wish I had a picture of it that I could show y'all right now. He's basically made of molten lava. He's like magma. And he's got this like flaming red beard and giant hammer instead of his normal club. And so, of course, I'm obviously in love with it because I've always said Amir is husband shaped. So, like, if you look like Amir, my DMs are open. His name is Magmir in that skin, and it is just fantastic.
Magmir. Wow.
So those are all basically the new stuff coming to DKO. Like I said, we already have Loki. So over time, we're going to be seeing this event pass come out. You can't keep an eye out on Twitch because actually, if you don't want to pay for the Founders Edition of the game to get in that way, oftentimes they'll have it in the Prime rotation. It just left the Prime rotation, I think, last week. So unfortunately, I'm sorry. I actually just noticed it myself, or I would have said something sooner. But also watch any of the DKO streams that I think they're still doing the drops through there. Or sometimes a partner, such as myself, a DK partner, to clarify, not a Twitch partner yet, will have keys to give away as well. So be sure to keep an eye out for those. If you're watching a DK stream, look for DK partner in the title. And, sometimes they'll have keys to give away. Just hang out and have fun. It's cool. Even though they did change it and take out all the fun modes, but, it's neither here nor there, whatever.
Yeah, they removed fun from the game in the last patch. That's a bummer. Well, that's exciting. More DKO on the horizon for you? Do you think, I ask you this pretty much every time. I feel like, do you think you'll play a lot over the next week or two, or do you think it'll be short burst and you'll, come back in the next big patch? Because this game's clearly been in your rotation for a little while. I just wonder if it's like do you play it more than one session a week, or is it kind of a one-off whenever you feel like it kind of thing?
Well, I kind of got a lot of it out of my system when I no-lifed it for like 2 straight months after TwitchCon. And then as a partner / ambassador or whatever, obviously I do have to play it very often to, keep my status as that. But I don't do it out of obligation. I actually genuinely have a lot of fun with this game. And I've had more fun with just the 3v3 knockout mode than I anticipated because I still am mad that they took out the arcade modes. I wish what they would have done was instead of the 2 choices at the end of a round, between the next map and the next mode, have a third choice that's always knockout. Because the stage is always decided by majority vote anyway. So if everybody votes for knockout, it's automatically going to choose knockout. But then the people that want to play other modes will still have that choice. And then, whether it's 4 knockout, 5 knockout, and then the one other mode, there's still a chance for them to be able to play that mode and keep it in rotation. And that way they won't divide their player base when the limited time modes come out. Because then what's going to happen is all the people that want those arcade modes are going to go over and play those arcade modes, and then that'll slash the knockout player base in half during the duration of that event.
Hear that? What are the modes? There's obviously knockout. So are the other ones like HP based?
No, I mean it's the same the same premise, except for there's objectives in it. So there's Oddball, King of the Hill, more.
Is the coin one still?
More.
Thank you, Coin Blitz. Coin Blitz, that's another one I forgot. Yes, it's still in there. It will be when it comes back. Yes.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, yeah, Divine Knockout seems pretty dope. How much is that? That's on the Epic Game Store? Question mark.
It's on Epic and Steam, and you can get in. I think the default. Actually, I have the page up right now. I could just tell you. So the default one, which is a Founders Pack, is $24.99. It comes with the full game and the 4 gods at release, and then there's 4 more on top of that, and then some skins and cosmetics and stuff. And then there's the $49.99 one, which is the ultimate one, which comes with the full games and 8 gods, and then 4 god tokens as well, so that you can unlock other gods that have been. Because I think we're up to 12 now, and then some cosmetics and stuff. Or if you don't feel, if you're trying to be more fiscally responsible, like I am and failing, then you can get the new one that they just released, which is the Starters Edition. And that's $10.99. And it comes with game access and the base roster, which are Amaterasu, Hercules Soul, and King Arthur. King Arthur only available after you do the tutorial. And it also comes with 1,200 runes, which are the freemium currency that lets you buy, the freemium stuff.
Nice.
If you are considering buying this game, by the way, I do have a store. And if you go to nexus.gg/sovereign, Sid, or use code Sovereign by checking out at Epic, you can support me too. So if you want to, spend money on this game doing whatever, you should do it through me because hey, self plugs.
Self plugs.
And also, I just appreciate you in general, so you don't
Oh,
have to do that.
I messed up. I guess I messed up the URL.
Oh wow, rip.
So sorry.
Well, we'll get him next time. I'm gonna do one. I just remembered as we're talking that I actually played another game.
Oh, it's actually without the SID. That's why. My bad.
So nexus.gg/sovereign.
Sovereign, yes.
Nice. Well, so let's see. So I'll actually talk about the one I forgot to mention before the show. So on Sunday, I think, Lizzie and I, my partner and I, booted up the PlayStation, and we wanted something to play together. We weren't sure what it was going to be because I would have been happy to watch her play Hogwarts Legacy, but I kind of wanted to do something. I wanted to actively be doing something, but I didn't want to really care about it very much. So we have we have Game Pass out there, but what do we play it on? Did I buy the game? No. Here's what it was. We played Minecraft Dungeons because it was a PlayStation Plus free game a while back. So we have a bunch, actually. We have a bunch of two-player co-op games that are just from the free PlayStation things, which are great because Lizzie owns them. I never got them. I canceled my PlayStation Plus a while ago because I don't use it enough. So we hop in there. We play Minecraft Dungeons for the first time. It's basically a twin-stick shooter or whatever. Like a twin stick. It's like
Gauntlet.
Like Gauntlet, exactly.
Like the new Gauntlet. Yeah. Okay. Or like Diablo or something.
Yeah. So it's very simple. I mean, it's Minecraft. It's it caters to all ages. So in some ways, it was definitely more simple than I wished it had been. There were lots of times where you go into a wide open area and there's clearly two paths, and one path is maybe the correct one. And then there's another one, and your game instincts tell you should go to the other side because maybe you'll find a treasure chest or some pots to break or something. Both of those things exist in the game, but so many times, it happened at least half a dozen times, we would go over here to explore, and there's like an area there that you can explore with like some, something cool there, like a visually cool, like a cliff, but there's no gameplay reason to go over there. It's totally empty. There's nothing to bust open, no secrets to find. And that was pretty disappointing. That happened many times where I was like, okay, it seemed like there was supposed to be some hidden thing here, and there's just nothing. We walked all the way over here, and there's nothing here. So that happened a lot, and that was kind of disappointing, which kind of highlighted that this game is meant to be simple above everything else. But we did have a good time playing the game. We essentially played the tutorial. You get a few very, very basic items before you get to like the quest hub, kind of. And in this quest hub, you can immediately go to the tower, which is a 22-floor tower that's just like what you would expect. You go in, you start with nothing. It gets harder as you go, and the further you go, the better rewards you get. So it's kind of like a daily challenge, right? So we go into this thing, and we expected to get to floor 4 or 5 because we just started the game. We only had like 20 minutes under our belt. Well, we went in there, we won it. We beat it on our first try. We had a good time beating it on our first try, but I definitely expected it to be harder. I don't even know. We got some cool rewards, I guess, but I don't. Like, we unlocked some items, but I don't know where you're even able to use the item. Maybe we're using them and I forgot, but the game's not hard. We're only playing with 2 of us. It goes up to 4 players. But even though I'm kind of ragging on the game a little bit, we really did have a good time, and it was a great low commitment experience, especially for, like, I would recommend this to people who don't game a lot. Maybe you want to get your, like, family members or something to play with you, because like I said, it's up to 4 people, and you're all on the same shared screen. It's not split screen or anything. But that's Minecraft Legends. I don't know how much else to say, but when we did that tower, which was most of what we were playing, after every single level, you get the option to pick one of like 6 different rewards. So you can either pick up the random stuff they give you, which has different rarities and stuff. It could be armor or a melee or bow weapon. Or you could say, I don't like any of these things.
My axe.
And my axe. They have some pretty cool weapons in there, to be fair, and lots of cool abilities, amulets and utilities and all these things. Or you can skip all that and get an enchantment point, which you use to like basically spend you buff whatever you already have. And a wonderful thing about that that I got to shout it out for is anytime you get rid of something that has buffs on it, you get all those points back. You can immediately spend them on your next item. So you're never like trying something out new and then wasting those valuable talent points. So I really appreciate it. Legends or Dungeons? I mean, I think it's Minecraft Dungeons, right? What's Minecraft Legends? Is that the Benson? Is that the Telltale one? Maybe.
Legends is a story modish one. Legends is an RPG, but it's not a dungeon crawler.
Yeah, you're talking about Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
It's like isometric dungeon crawler.
Yeah, it looks
yeah.
exactly like what you'd expect. Gauntlet. Oh, the new one, Minecraft Legends, is coming in April. Oh, okay. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft is good at making things accessible, but at the cost of it risks being overly simple, which I think Minecraft Dungeons is. But if that's not something that's gonna stop people in your household from enjoying it, go play it. It's just a nice, easy, low commitment game. So, enjoyed that. And I've got another one, but I'll talk about it in a minute. Vilos, let's bounce over to you. Tell us what you've been playing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I should go to the doctor about this whole arm thing. It's very bad. Actually, it's not. It's not very bad. It's
Do you think they'll
my left
amputate?
arm. To be honest, I kind of feel like it right now.
Oh no.
My left arm is just not great, and it's just everything from here up. It's just pain constant. So I'm still not playing games. I bought so many fucking games in the past week. It's ridiculous. But my thing here, what I've been playing, in reality, is actually the eShop, the Nintendo eShop. That it's honestly what I put the most fucking time into.
Oh my goodness.
Nintendo eShop, the greatest gotcha of them all.
Yeah. So I picked up a lot of games, but I picked up a couple physicals because that's my thing. But because the 3DS eShop is gone in less than 2 weeks, March 27th, just for anybody that still has a 3DS.
Smoke them while you got them.
Yeah. I decided to spend a lot of time on the eShop. I did find some stupid deals for $4, and technically I think it was $4.40. It could just be $4.50. You can actually get Shovel Knight Treasure Trove for $4.50 on the 3DS.
Is that game good? I know Shovel Knight's good.
$4.50. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove is the entirety of Shovel Knight, as in like 3 or 4
It's 3, I think.
extensions. The what is it?
Wow.
The Torment one, the King of Cards or whatever, and then something else. I don't remember the other ones. But yeah, the whole of Shovel Knight for $4.50. So I was like,
That seems
yes,
good.
grab it. And so
Oh, they're 4, yeah.
and so I grabbed that, and I grabbed the Phoenix Wright trilogy for $2, which is stupid. Thank you, Capcom. I already had the Dual Destinies on 3DS digitally, so now I have like 4 or 5 of the Phoenix Wright games just ready for me to go all out and go ape on. But then I decided to see some of the more obscure stuff, and I found an article on the definition of obscure. I played this game called The Queen TV -2. And
Let's get this up on screen here.
The Queen TV -2. And so I made a little Twitter video because I was so pissed but also happy at the same time last night that I finally beat this game. It is a short game. I saw on how long to beat. It was supposed to be like 2 to 3 hours max. And guess what? It's a fucking hard game. It's simple as hell, but it's incredibly hard. As you can see here on the screen, you've got your dual screens. Obviously, you've actually got 3. It's just 3 mini games.
Oh my
And
god.
This is
When
the
you
one. this is the one game on 3DS that says fuck. It says it in audio and it says it on the screen. And it's the fucking best thing ever. I love it so much.
This is definitely like maxed out Vilos bingo card.
Yeah.
Because not like 9 of the 15 spaces or whatever is just fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's the three things there, and so that's how you choose your levels. You have to unlock them first, though. So the first level is a basic Pong game. So you're a square that has a shield, and you've got two little Pongish shapes running around the screen. You can use the shield whenever, but you have to survive for 3 entire minutes. You get touched once, it's done.
It's over,
You have
man.
to try again.
So is 132 that pops up on the screen? That's how many seconds you have to survive?
Yeah, that's how many seconds you have to survive on each level. It changes, but the second one.
I mean, you
is
survived
the
probably like 3
130
seconds there. So that's you.
I feel like this is a game where like someone just took the very rudimentary like principle of Undertale and just made that the game.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is, and I don't know if you have audio on this right now, but
I do not, but I can if you do.
Okay. Well, there's not much on this particular part, but whenever you are choosing your levels, there's a very distorted digital voice that's like, this sucks. We're gonna be gone so soon because you guys decided to switch, and it's literally a discussion on the 3DS going away. This came out 2021 or 2022. I think it was shortly after the announcement that the shops were closing, though.
Wait, what a
And the
weird
developer
game!
decided to make it for that reason.
So this game says fuck every time you lose. And
Yeah.
there's just, while you're playing, the soundtrack of the game is just people talking about how the 3DS is going to disappear.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry. I didn't lead with the best part. This game
Even
is
better?
2 cents.
2 cents? Well.
Talk
2
about burying
cents.
the lead.
So get you a digital $5 3DS card or eShop card and put it on your Switch, because that's like the only way to do this. As long as your account is good, it's connected to your Nintendo Network ID, then you can still use a gift card or a credit card or whatever on your Switch to,
or your Nintendo coins, because they expire. Too much to Tegan's chagrin.
They do.
That is
Not that I've ever
true.
brought it up many times. Okay, I actually have the audio going now, so let's see.
Okay, nice.
Let's see what this has.
It's very distorted, so I don't remember what it sounds like on the phone video.
What kind of elevator?
Okay, yeah. So the music is actually really tight. The voice is very distorted in real life.
Well, wrecked.
But yeah, the character that's talking to you is super pissed that that the 3DS is no longer going to be a thing. It's just great, and it's literally the best $2 or 2 cents that you can buy. Like, period.
2 cents well spent.
You don't get games for 2 cents. And there's another one. I think it's called Love Hero that I wanted to get. That's a 50-cent game that is the prequel to this. There's 3 games that these developers made, but one of them's on the fucking Wii U, and I don't have one, and I'm not gonna do that.
No, now's the best time to shop for a Wii U, I think.
But right now is literally the last time in order to get one of these games, and it is a console exclusive. So I do have this digital console exclusive fucking 3DS game that it's just a great thing.
What a
that
funny-
game-
Tonight's cast, you're not going to be the only one, because I'm about to spend my Nintendo coins on that game, and it's gonna be the new Flappy Bird. Once that shop closes, that my DS's price and value is just going to appreciate to the sky. So.
And the one thing, just an FYI, you can't use your coins on this particular stuff. By
What? How are you supposed to afford it?
You think I, a princess that oversees a giant realm and monarchy, has 2 cents? People don't pay their taxes.
But yeah, I will say again, the game is fucking frustrating. It's so frustrating, Sav. Like, I'm good at Pong-ish games, okay?
Okay, Sav.
It's
Okay.
purposefully so frustrating.
I mean, I 110% did Super Meat Boy, so I think I'll be good.
It's a pro
You
gamer.
might be good. The final level there that was in that video, you're shooting a big bunny rabbit, and so you have charge shots. You have to hit this thing. It's probably a solid dozen times. You have to charge your shot, and the two balls are coming at you always, right? Yeah, always. um, but the game will shake the screen and slow you down whenever the hell it wants to. And I mean literally whenever it wants to. It's not like telegraphed. Um, there are some runs that you're just never destined to win. And it's mind-boggling. But side note, if anybody does download this, at the beginning, if you get to level 3, once you complete level 3, there you officially finish the game, but there's like a couple secret things you can do. Once you
Spoiler
do, yeah, I didn't do those things. I just read about them afterwards because I was clearly frustrated. But when you're in that third mode, just a pro tip, you can actually hit that third level to start the load. Press the A button to start charging your shot before the game has started, and you will actually have a shot immediately available.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that.
Take it to the
Yeah.
bank.
We got the strats.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like 7 seconds or something to charge it, and it just
You know, have we said out loud the name of this game?
He did at the very, very beginning of the description. It is
Big-
the Queen
Yeah.
TV-2.
Okay.
Yeah. Look it up. If you have to, you can also buy it. You can technically buy it online through the Nintendo eShop on desktop if you absolutely have to.
Wait, we can shop online on the desktop?
Yeah.
How have I not? I mean, maybe I just assumed that Nintendo, with their online infrastructure, would not have that ability to do
Dude,
that.
I figured if
Like-
the eShop was bad on the Switch, that it would also be bad on, a computer.
Again, if you have linked your Nintendo Network ID with what's on your Switch profile stuff, and you sign in on desktop, yeah, you can do it, and there will just be a button that says direct download, and boom, right there, real quick.
And while you're on there, buying that game, you can also on your desktop go to nexus.gg/stop. No.
The $25 season pass, yo. Yeah,
Hey, the first
Nerd
season
said
pass is free. It's just the game is not.
Nerd said I hope you do. I hope you do find your 2DS because they're totally worth it. And the big thing right now is that again in just under 2 weeks, 3DS is going away. The eShop is, and you're not going to be able to get anything there. So all the physical prices are already going up for everything right now. The one good thing from that is that the virtual console games, some of them are coming to the Nintendo Switch Online roster. So there's that. I haven't played
Ooh.
Metroid Fusion on Switch yet, but that's one of those that I'm going to play this weekend for sure.
Nice.
Speaking of Metroid, what they really need to do, especially with like the whole Prime trilogy coming out eventually or whatever, give us Prime Hunters again, please. That game is so good, and I want to shoot my friends.
Yeah.
That was possibly the worst control scheme to actually work.
Really?
I don't know. Kid Icarus Uprising had a pretty good, it was really bad, but it worked really well.
What do the Kid Icarus games even look like? I've listened to one of the soundtracks and I like it, but I've never seen 1 second of gameplay from any Kid Icarus game.
The original ones are like side-scrolling platforming affairs. In which
do you remember what Joust looks like?
What looks like?
Joust.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, Killer Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Oh well, hey. But yeah, but then the new one is like a 3D, like advent. I don't even know what to call it really. I mean, it's adventure, obviously, but like I don't know. It's a lot of fun though. It's adventure shooter.
Well,
sometimes you're on rails, sometimes you're not.
That pretty much answered my question as clearly as one could hope.
I mean, it's a Sakurai game, so.
Oh, so you know it's good.
I know that. Hello, Kitty. I know that Metroid Hunters is like a first-person deal, right? I think I remember it being that way. My brother loves the Metroid games. So I remember watching over his shoulder, watching him play Metroid Hunters, and he enjoyed it, but I never watched it for
Yeah.
very long. I mean, now start making your demands. People are buying. People are really eating up the Metroid Prime remake. So it's a good time to throw everything into the hat, see what they, might actually
I
run.
mean, they'll re-release Federation Force before they get Prime Hunters back, but I mean that would be
I
cool.
completely repressed that game. Oh my god.
It's been on a lot of lists on YouTube the past couple weeks of being like, "Oh, you should get this game." It's like, dude, nobody cared about the game when it came out. Why are you trying to get it now? Like,
Right.
Because everybody wants to play Metroid Rocket League.
I mean, that's technically true.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
would
cool.
play it if I had it right now.
Well, that was the Queen TV Dash 2. A normal game, probably the most obscure game we've ever talked about on this podcast. Certainly in the running for it. Oh my gosh, well, yeah, especially since it's from the 3DS. So when does that shop close? Next week?
The 27th.
The 27th. So the next 2 weeks. So yeah, get them while the getting's good. Yeah, the 3DS and Wii U shop are both closed forever. So try to see if you can find 2-cent games. See if you can find one that's a better value than that one.
There's definitely not one a better value for sure. I did see a couple that were like 99 cents and less, but
I
they're
mean, there are
like
free titles on
worse
there,
than most.
right?
Yeah, but I've
Yeah,
downloaded a couple free games that I wish I just didn't.
yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
Like I was just like, oof, I thought this would at least have like mobile purchases or something, but the foundation of the game would be fun. No, it's just, it's like a lot of like baby's first video game, you know. Someone was like, I made a game that technically is playable. Now I'm going to make something else. But anyway, so I've got the last one here. So I played Brotato, a roguelike that was gifted to me by Shanny Pack. I play that on Monday. Every Monday, I play roguelikes and run-based games here on our Twitch, twitch.tv/Party Invite Show, for anybody who's listening to the podcast in the future. Yeah, come check me out because not all the stuff ends up on other places on the internet because we were talking about it before the stream. Sometimes I load up and I play one game for a while and it's great. And I'm like, boom, put it on YouTube. We'll make millions of dollars. And then you do a follow-up video and you just get your ass kicked for, the better part of 3 hours and doesn't make as good of a YouTube video. So some of that stuff never sees the light of day outside of Twitch. But you can find me there every Monday. So this time it was Brotato. This is a game that is in the vein of Vampire Survivors. I'm just going to throw the footage straight up here and point stuff out as we go. So you're looking right now at a screen that you look at between every single round. You choose between some upgrades. This is our shop. And on the right side of the screen, you can see just a whole big mess of stats. So all of those stats can be, smart to use in a certain run or dumb. You should really focus on trying to upgrade certain things. But here we go. This is a round start. Your character runs around. You can actually play the entire actual gameplay segment that you're watching right now without a mouse. It all aims by itself. There is a setting where you can turn on manual aiming, but I did not use that. And when I mentioned that to Shanny Pack, who was in chat there, he said that he has never played it on manual. He's only done automatic. It always points to the nearest enemy, which is often good, but definitely not always. There are certain times I wish I was shooting the small guys when the big guys are around, or vice versa. But you run around here, just like Vampire Survivors, the big old indie hit from last year. Let's see. So you run around, you kill enemies, you collect experience and gold. So when you level up, you get the option to pick something like increase my speed or my health regen, or maybe I want life drain, life steal for my attacks. Maybe I want to attack faster. There are a whole bunch of categories that correspond to all of these stats on the side of the screen. In fact, as I was playing, as you can see in the video here, there is so much stuff on screen that I didn't even know where to put my camera. I tried moving it around a couple times because there's just so damn much information. The irony is that there's actually more information that exists that they don't show during this screen. They don't show you those upgrades when you level up, because those are permanent buffs you get, but you can't see them anywhere. Like you can see the number difference on your stats, but there's no way for you to tell like, oh, this stat is from this source, which as someone who really likes info-based games like Noida or Slay the Spire even, that have UIs that tell you every single little thing, this goes like 90% of the way there. It's only the last 10% that get me. So while it is a gripe, this game does, I think, a very good job of telling you exactly what is important, what you're dealing with and stuff. But lots of different weapon types, tons of upgrades. The more I played, the more I unlocked to discover for later. Certain character types that, I picked up one. The character type is called Chonk, I think. It's either Chonk or Chonky. And your character is very beefy. He gets extra buffs based on his maximum health. But any speed buff you get just doesn't take any effect. Any lifesteal or health regen you have doesn't take any effect. What I realized too late in that run is that you want to eat the food that spawns from enemies and from these trees that you can whack for these berries, these fruit to fall. And so you eat that fruit to heal. Well, I didn't realize that too late, so I ended up building my character all wrong. Had a good time, but I was not going to succeed. It wasn't going to happen. But there is clearly a huge amount of stuff to check out in this game. In the context of these roguelikes, people have told me to check out Dead Cells a lot. I've played Dead Cells and I like it. You're not going to see it on my stream anytime soon, but I like it. I was overwhelmed by the amount of stuff in it, because also Dead Cells is pretty intense. It's like with Spelunky. I can play Spelunky and not care and have a good time. But if I really want to get the most out of that, I need to be sitting up. I need to be paying attention. So Dead Cells is a little more intense for me. So that depth of the game is almost stuck behind this challenge barrier. Not that I couldn't do it, but it's a big time investment to really get good at that. So this, even though that was the end of my run, this is a little lower commitment. It's a little, it's got this nice, it puts me into this nice Zen state I talked about on the show that Wilmot's Warehouse gets me in, which is a very, very different game. But the idea is that it gets you into this flow where, like, once you know what you're doing, the game almost plays itself, which is a good thing. Yeah, Wilmot's Warehouse is great, and I've been thinking about it a lot. And after talking about it, I think I'm going to load it up again soon. Yeah, probably in the next, soon. But yeah, it puts me in this little Zen state. So Brotato, I don't even know how much it is. It couldn't be more than $15. But like I said, I was gifted the game by Shanny Pack, and really enjoyed it. Low commitment, roguelike, relaxing, even though it's a bullet hell basically. And
so
getting stuff.
It's a $5 game, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
$5
$4.
And it's actually on sale for 20% off for $3.99.
Brotato.
So you weren't wrong.
That surprises me. To me, this is a $15 game. Like $5 is, go support this developer. The game's fun. The game's quality. A couple minor gripes here and there and stuff, but like the core foundation, all these items that you find of different rarities and stuff, they're really interesting. And it's just this fine line of simple, interesting, and somehow relaxing despite like hundreds and hundreds of enemies just running at you at full speed. Big fan. So thanks again to Shanny for sending that my way. That is Brotato, spelled just like it sounds. Go check it out on Steam. I don't even know what it's available on. If any of you guys got it pulled up, but really like that one. So go check it out. We'll put that in the regular rotation for Monday until we beat it with one of the characters. There are like 30 characters. There have to be at least 30 characters to unlock, and they're all like really different. A few of them can be similar, but some of them play very strangely. And they really want you to act like it's a puzzle. Like with the Chonky guy, I didn't realize till way too far in that I was like, oh, these two modes of healing are bad. And I thought I just had to deal with that. But no, it wants me to skip those altogether and focus on the fruit, this third way that I can heal. So now that I know that, when I load the game up next, I'll probably play that big chonky boy, the big beefy boy, and give it another real shot. Because just like a lot of these roguelikes, when I jump in for the first time, I'm really not playing to win. I'm just playing to see as much as I can. Discover as much as I possibly can, since the game has so fucking much stuff to discover. It's not quite overwhelming, but impressive. It's really cool. So.
And it's still in early access, so.
Oh, it is? Well,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Been in early access for 6 months, it looks like. So that's
Man,
awesome.
all the more reason. Go support it. Yeah, good stuff. Really happy I spent time with them. Okay, well, that's what we've been playing. Let's see. We had Sav kick it off with Divine Knockout. I talked about Minecraft Dungeons. Vilos talked about the Queen TV 2. Good luck finding that one on the store before it's gone. 2 cents, everybody. And then I followed that up with Brotato. So 4 games. Actually, that's fewer games than the 3 of us have talked about in a while. So yeah, go get them. Hopefully one of those captured your interest. We still have a wide spread there, despite the few, the low number of games. So let's go ahead. So tonight we are going to play Exoprimal's Open Beta. Vilos has played this in an earlier version a while ago. I think 4 months ago. Because famously, I'm just gonna mention this. It's heartbreaking but funny. Vilos recorded footage of the Exoprimal Alpha ? And it was while we were doing our Extra Life marathon. But Vilos was tuned in, helping us out, chilling on Discord while he was playing this and recording his own footage. Well, we didn't realize until the footage was all played out that it had captured all of the Extra Life Discord audio, making the video unusable. I mean, there's video in there, but the audio just, So we're all excited to go back in and experience it. So Exoprimal is a game where you're in mech suits, and you've got different classes and stuff, and you fight hordes of dinosaurs. So we wanted to do a short and sweet party topic for tonight, so we could get to the game. Vilos suggested talking about our favorite dinosaurs in video games. So there's a goofy, silly little topic, and if any of you guys, literally hordes of dinosaurs, if any of you guys have a favorite dinosaur, please let us know. I would love to hear.
Yeah, no one asks you that anymore. Video game or otherwise, nobody, once you reach a certain age, nobody ever asks you what your favorite dinosaur is anymore.
It just ain't right.
What's the deal with that?
We're bringing it back. So let us know here in chat or on any of the socials. When we say video game dinosaur, what pops out to you? Even if it's something obscure. Let's see. I'll start with the first thing that came to my mind when we talked about this. Back when I played World of Warcraft, back in Vanilla WoW, where the level cap was 60. One of the in-game zones is a place called Ungoro Crater, which I found out years and years later is based off of, I think it's called Ngorongoro Crater, which is a real place near Tanzania. I'll look that up, but that's a real place, and I didn't know. And the whole point of the zone is there's a huge crater that has dinosaurs and stuff in it. You basically walk straight into prehistoric times. And so it's high level. It was level 55 or something in the game. So it's near the end. So you've spent most of this game exploring the world, and you got pretty. You generally know what to expect and stuff. But then you get to this zone, and it was the first zone in the entire game that I ever experienced where there are basically world bosses. So you walk in and, you see other enemies that are as big as you. And of course, you're in this crater, and the trees that are around you are titanic. I mean, they're 100 times taller than your character, But walking around this huge zone are all of these devilsaurs, these huge T-Rexes that they're so big. Part of the problem is you won't even see them. They won't even load into your game, into your vision, until it's almost too late. So if you're just out in the open, your screen would start shaking, And you're collecting quest items and you're killing little dinosaurs and stuff, and then ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. The next thing you know, you look behind you and there's a little 55 elite, massive. I mean, like 20 times your size. A huge T-Rex. And if you don't have pals, and even if you're max level, you probably got to hightail the fuck out of there. Like, it was terrifying and funny because it would just sneak up on you so fast that, like, it was just may as well have been called the humble sore because it's going to put you in your place real quick. So I think about that a lot. That was just like such a cool way for the game to throw something new at me. When I'm almost max level in the game, I pretty much know what to expect. But everybody's got a plan until a 20-foot or I had a 50-foot dinosaur shows up and starts roaring at you. But that's my favorite. That was in Vanilla WoW. They did some other stuff later in the game that was similar to that, but that memory always stuck with me, thinking I was hot shit, and then I wasn't.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sa, for putting that in there. Yeah, chat. Let us know your favorite video game dinosaurs. Who's next? Which one are you? I tell you what, Sav, you mentioned that you were thinking about your favorite dinosaurs. That tied into this discussion. So I want to know both of those: favorite video game and real life dinosaur. What you got?
Yes. So, my favorite my favorite dinosaur is
All
Venusaur.
right, spoiler. All right, and
Spoiler
Vilos.
is Venusaur. Even though Venusaur is technically a toad, but I mean it's got Soar in there, so there's definitely some like
It
Jurassic
counts.
influence. It counts. It counts.
I mean, yeah. I guess I didn't really realize until this moment that Venusaur is a toad. I always thought it was a reptile.
Yeah.
It looked like it to me, so it counts. It counts.
It like a lot of people didn't realize that it was until I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out because that's when you could have one follow you around, and the way that it moves is so adorable. It just like hops everywhere like a toad, and it's so cute. And then people were just like, "Is Venusaur a toad?" And then like it's the internet, like and all of a tizzy and everything. So
Wow.
I love me some Venusaur.
Why are there not Venusaur? It's Wednesday, my dudes memes. That's what I'm saying.
Because well, you know what? I was about to say because of the whole like flat fuck thing, but that's an alligator, not a toad. And then that's for alligator. So
Excuse me, you're gonna have to back this up a second.
Flat Fuck
feel like we-
Fridays, like it's with the crocodile. It's like this big
Yeah.
old flat crocodile that's just like chilling on the ground.
Have you
And
not, Tegan?
No, I really don't know what you're talking about.
oh, okay. I guess that would be kind of awkward for someone who didn't.
Yeah, flat. Well,
But yeah, there you go.
I guess that's something I gotta look up after the show. We'll do that, yeah, in the after Vesper stream.
The After Vespas. But no, I like Venusaur. I mean, that's my favorite starter of all time. I mean, I love me some Bulbasaur, and Venusaur is my favorite, like, final evolution of that. But then Archeops is my favorite video game dinosaur, and it's based on my favorite real life dinosaur, which is the Archaeopteryx.
You made that up.
I didn't. So
Pokemon
the
people made it up
Archaeopteryx
too.
is like this like rainbow feathered like aerial like pterosaur, I guess you could call it. And it's so beautiful. The first time I actually discovered it was in Animal Crossing of all things because Animal Crossing teaches me everything. I know so many patterns and different fabric types and all this like biological nature about like fish and bugs and stuff because of Animal Crossing. It's surprisingly educational. So one of the fossils that you can find in Animal Crossing is the Archaeopteryx. And I was just like, the first time I saw that word, I was like, just like you, Tegan, that's made up. That's not real. They made that up for this game. And so I Googled it because, we have the internet. And I was just like, oh, this is so cool.
Oh, this is like
awesome.
the fossil that shows up on Google is like the fossil when you think of a bird dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's like the one, the really famous one.
It literally is one that changed the entire outlook of feathers and dinosaurs.
Yeah, let's get this bad boy on the screen. Yeah, so that's the rainbow dino. The rainbow color didn't come through very well in the stone there, but we got to believe. Isn't it cool since we're on this and now I'm going to get off topic immediately. Isn't it cool that we can figure out the colors of dinosaurs through fossils? Like the science of that is so cool to me. That you're just like, I don't know, I see some shapes and stuff, but through that we can be like, oh, these were actually red scales or red feathers. Science is dope. That's
Pigs.
the
Technology is amazing. Speaking of
technology.
Pokemon.
It's amazing. That's wonderful. The Archaeopteryx is spelled Archae, normal. Opteryx. You gotta love a dinosaur that its last two letters are YX. You know.
I mean, the last letter in my name is X. So, but I mean, go figure. My favorite dinosaur would be the one that like changes the course of science and history, and also has the flashiest name. So,
The flashiest name, flashiest colors. I mean, Sav, it suits you. You know.
yeah. But the thing about back to video game dinosaurs is that in black and white, they introduced a line that was Archen and Archaeops, and it was just it was so cool because I was like, nobody's ever gonna know what this dinosaur is. And then, I mean, Animal Crossing's kind of niche, so I didn't expect people to learn about it from that. And then here comes Pokemon with all of its mainstream, zeitgeist. By the way, this exists, and I was so happy. And I had one on all of my playthroughs of Black and White because it's just I needed it. I needed it, and its ability is so great. It's called Defeatist, which I mean, given the way I just talked it up, doesn't sound like a good ability.
No, it sounds great. Just give up. You know.
Give up. But no, at half health, it actually loses half of its attack power. But it's balanced out by the fact that it has a crazy attack power. And with the move Acrobatics, if you don't give it an item, that attack power is doubled even more. So this Pokemon
Acrobatics
was
is
just
in nature.
Acrobatics is an attack.
Acrobatics is an attack. Okay.
Yeah. So by definition of the attack, if you give it a hold item, its attack, or if it's not holding a hold item when using this move's base power is doubled, something like that. So it ran rampant across like competitive meta, like early on for a really long time, but then it has an unfortunate typing of rock flying, which is weak to a lot of offensively prominent moves in the meta. So eventually people worked around it, but for a while it had a really good run. And that's why I also like Venusaur, because it today continues to be like the most prominent like starter to be in like high meta Pokemon competition. Like it was so good in Gen 1, and we already talked earlier in the past about how Toxic and Leech Seed worked out on the same counter. But then it's been in the high tier like OU ever since then. And it only needed one form to do it. I'm not gonna point any names or anything. It's cool. Charizard suck.
Wow. Charizard's like the closest to the actual dinosaur, but we are not Charizard stands in this community. Well, Sav's not.
No.
Is Charizard even a real reptile? I mean, we don't even know because it's not even dragon
Barely.
type. So I mean, it's cool.
Rip.
And it will never be dragon type, no matter how many forms it gives it.
Benson in chat, I brought up
can't wait
this
for another form.
this Primal Rage Armadon that Benson had mentioned. It's
Ooh.
pretty cool looking. Yeah, I'd fight with that thing. Yeah, check that out. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Catch me outside. How about that?
How about that? Yeah, I really like the Triceratops. So this is like, Triceratops' cousin up in here. Stand on two legs.
The Uniceratops.
Benson says that is not a good photo, so this is good. We're doing well.
10 for 10.
It's like, yeah, what if that just doesn't look anything like the thing we're talking about?
It's not at all the same dinosaur.
It's like not the Loch Ness monster, but what's it called? A plesiosaur. And it's like, yeah, the ankylosaur. That's really cool. My runner-up dinos, though, for video game dinos are Bowser, because I mean, obviously, hello. Listeners, do y'all know who I am by now? Like, and then Boshi from Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars, who is Yoshi's rival canonically, and he wears cool ass sunglasses. That's how you know he's evil.
It's gonna go T too.
Just like real life.
Just like real life.
Yeah, Benson, I'm trying to find a better picture here. I tell you what, the Google image results for Armadon Primal Rage sure give a very wide variety of results. I have no idea what this thing looks like in the game.
Vilos, I see you Googling furiously over there. Like, what kind of art are you talking about? Like here.
Yeah, keep your filters on. Keep your filters on.
Keep your filters on.
This is the fucking deviant art like made its first tab. I'm like, no, don't go there. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah,
I do want to say while we're on this, I'm really disappointed y'all didn't wear anything reptilian or dino tastic or anything like that. I'm over here in like my Ninja Turtles garb. I got a Reptar shirt on. Like, I'm prepared. Look,
Wow.
Reptar. Hey,
I'm full of regrets, Sav.
you better be.
Just like the dinosaurs, so that counts. You know. Yeah, I don't think I own a single piece of dino-related gear or anything. Now that I'm thinking about it, I gotta step up my game. You know.
Actually, this shirt and this hoodie are 10 years old. Maybe I should actually go shopping.
Wow, ancient.
I did watch 65 a few days ago, so
Oh, and that was a strong 5.5 out of 10, right?
it was a strong 5.5. Yeah,
Uh,
unfortunate.
seemed like a really good movie. But you know how topical though that would come out when Exoprimal's in here. Our dinosaur, you know, our
Dinosaurs, the new Norse.
yeah, laser dinosaurs, the new Norse, the new zombies. You even had Primal Rage action figures. Okay, well I see Primal Rage action figures on here. Those are the things I understand the most. But Vilos, do you agree? Are you looking this up? I'm like, there are 30 different versions.
Like they, yes and no. I mean, most of them I see are the toy, and they're the tiger striped yellow thing.
Yeah. Here's a really great picture, everybody.
Which
Let me
picture?
just put
Which
this
picture?
up.
I just googled Primal Rage Armadon, and it's like the first thing that pops up is Armadon's model in Primal Rage. So I'm not really sure.
You know.
I mean, apparently it inspired a whole lot of art, like a lot.
Indeed.
Oh, this is a really cool like 90s magazine clipping. I miss those advertisements. The ones that are like in your face for no reason, like super duper quote unquote edgy and grody. Like, wow.
The toy itself is really cool, though. The toy looks really badass.
Spikes would come out and the tail shoots off? Okay, well that's legendary right there. That's a great
honorable mention to freaking Riptor from Killer Instinct, by the way, who is a female dinosaur. Nobody knows that.
Wow. You know, really tearing apart the Patriarchosaurus. Vilos, can you edit that out for me? We're gonna need to remove that.
Oh, it's staying in. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Moving on.
Yeah. We've got the devil swords. We've got the Archaea. Oh gosh, Sav, what's it called?
Archaeopteryx.
Archaeopteryx.
I want to dig it. I want him to get there. You know,
it sounds so much better when you guys say it. And Vilos, what does that leave you with? What's your primo dino?
Okay, so favorite dinosaur like outside of video games has always been tough for me. I never stick with the same one. But thinking about this really got me thinking about my early days in gaming, and like when I was 8 was when I was first really getting into PCs, which is really funny because I am not at all a PC Master Race person.
What?
You guys know this, and
but you just showed us the hit 3DS game, the Queen TV2, on your definitely personal computer.
That's right. And so I like was looking back on it, and I remembered that one of my favorite things on PC way back, like somewhere between 93 and 95, was 3D Dinosaur Adventure. And I have this little YouTube clip here. And what I remember most about it was that this was a game that you just got to fuck around in this museum. That was it. It was the classic 3D hallway style video game, but it was an educational game. And there was a little like actual combat-ish segment that you could play, like a little mini game, but most of it was just running around these hallways.
Oh, dude.
And
I played the crap out of this game.
You played it, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Like it was very early PC tech demo sort of stuff, but it was very good, and it was narrated and shit. And I remember always seeing the Deinonychus in this game, and just the way that the narrator said it always got me. I'm like, what the fuck is a Deinonychus? And it was one of the many things that helped me learn about dinosaurs, and I was fucking crazy about dinosaurs,
dinosaurs
back then.
Cool.
And they are still one of my favorite things. I just don't keep track of things as much anymore. I could still probably name 200 dinosaurs, but we're not going to do that on stream.
Is that a challenge? Is that
maybe one?
It's another extra life stretch goal.
Yeah, stretch goal.
And Benson says there was a dino racing sim in there too. I don't remember that part, but I remember it just being such an experience. Like you could do so many things. Yeah, if you scrub through there, you'll see a
Did I
ton of
play
stuff.
this game? Maybe I
there
played a
was
different game, but it's what you were describing. I remember running around. Maybe it
yeah. So
wasn't this
there's
game.
almost a dozen different mini
Oh
games
my
in this.
gosh. Okay, I do remember this game. Wow.
Right? And so like I'm gonna end up watching this whole fucking video later because nostalgia. But it was so cool, right? Like, and you learn all the names of these things so quickly. Comet impact in 1600 seconds. Like, come on. There's
Lol.
a timer that you have, so you're not playing it too long. Like, everything about this game was so cool, and it's quintessential 90s. I mean, look at the
It's
animation.
so doomy.
Yeah, the scorpions. Like, oh, scorpions are prehistoric creatures. Did you know that? Like, come on, yes.
Wow. Kid stuff right there.
But it was so cool back then, and yeah, the fucking trilobites and uh, all the classic critters that are still around. Like,
Could you name
They're
like
so
200 of them?
lifelike.
Yeah.
yeah, the fidelity of this game is amazing.
Oh, look at that palm tree. It looks pretty relaxing over there. Wow.
Looks almost as good as Pokemon Violet,
The like fisheye lens when you move forward is disorienting.
right?
Let's see.
Ah, it's such a classic thing, though, and
I'll
I
get
do
you,
think
Vilos.
that the I do think that the comet can actually impact. I wish I had direct control of the game right now, but
I mean, I would
I
say
think
that the
it could.
comet had a pretty big impact on the game.
Wow, wow, it did. But yeah, that was one of my favorite experiences as a kid. I mean, I could have gone anywhere. I could have said, you know, Star Fox Adventures, the fucking annoying Triceratops that was in there. That was your best
Oh,
friend.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
sure,
that.
because that was the character you were paying attention to.
I mean,
I mean, you
you're
had
right.
to.
You're right, but you know, we're not gonna get into Crystal, all right?
You're not going to. Yeah.
We're vicious.
Um.
Love you,
But
Vilos.
there were so many great things in the 90s that I was thinking about, and I was just like, man, I can't make a decision, but I went with that one. Because you know, Turok obviously was a pretty good time way back when. I feel like dinosaurs just haven't had their heyday like they need to nowadays, and that's why Exoprimal was like such a thing for me. I can't wait to play more of it. Just
Yeah.
like,
Dinosaur games really used to be popular, but now they're pretty extinct.
yeah, I mean that's the most obvious joke you can make.
Hey,
But
there's no fruit too low for me, baby.
Except an
um,
apparently Brotato.
Rotate.
yeah. But I
That's
mean,
good.
in Exoprimal, you have moments where you can be a fucking dinosaur, and that's just tight. And I wish we had a million more games
Oh,
where you
there
could
are
be.
dinosaurs and Dauntless. Couple
Dauntless
cool screen
is a
grabs
really
in
good
here.
Monster Hunter.
Lego Jurassic Land. There was a Jurassic Park DLC for Minecraft. Ark Survival, of course. Ark is like the modern game for dinosaurs that I think of. Benson even mentioned it above in
But
chat.
they're like technologically advanced dinosaurs that you ride on and stuff. So like a mounted dinosaur is way less.
I mean, nobody got mad at that aesthetic for Horizon Zero Dawn. So
I mean, I'm not gonna be mad at Horizon, but those aren't dinosaurs either. You know. You know.
What else is on here? Yeah, I need to find this dinosaur museum game that I was thinking of. That's different than the one that you described. Because you like run around a museum like I don't know if that game that we were looking at is from like I don't know. It says 1993. Then the
Yeah,
one that
it
I
came out
played
in
is
'93.
probably like
It was around for a
98
little bit.
maybe based on the graphics probably. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it on this this list here from Game Ranks. Game Ranks. There are a bunch of there. Let's see. Monster Hunter World has a bunch of dinos, of course. You know, chopping up their tails and stuff. Monster Hunter
I mean,
Rise.
I would like with the whole Monster Hunter sort of things. Like I would classify a few things in Lost Planet as dinosaurs, probably, but alien dinosaurs at the same time. There's
Uh,
just not enough though.
the number one dinosaur game on this list of 20 games is Yoshi's Crafted World. So
Oh,
Cool. Honestly, the list was pretty good, and I got to number 1, and I'm like, wait a minute, who
I
sponsored
mean,
this?
Yoshi identifies as a dinosaur. Like that's what it is
Hey,
at
I'm
this
not
point.
arguing the
I'm
Yoshi's not
not
a
really
dinosaur.
sure because
Mm.
people think that it's like Yoshi the dinosaur, but it's Yoshi 2 Munchie Koopas. So that's not a dinosaur. He a Koopa.
The only time he was a dinosaur was actually in the Super Mario Bros. Movie,
I'm
and he
sorry, the
was
what? We don't talk about that. I don't know what that is.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, where
where he clearly
Bowser
had
was.
scales and shit.
Yeah, it's like an actual dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah. Uh, old school movie CGI or like not CGI, like props and stuff was
Like practical effects, yeah.
yeah, practical effects was real hoot, Um, they were good, but you couldn't have very many of them on screen. They didn't scale very well. Huh? Huh? Is this thing on? Am I muted?
Taking Tegan out of 1 hour and 29 minutes of the vodcast
I'll see you guys
for the
later.
week.
We really do need a pun counter.
I'll just yeah, we'll
We'll
get
just
it.
we'll get Odie on that. Our most faithful and fastidious mod.
Our fastidious mod. And hey, actually, since we brought up Odysseus, because he has been such a good mod for so long, I want to shout him out again. Oh, I should end my joke and put myself back on screen. You should all follow Odysseus on his channel, twitch.tv/OdysseusNSJ. Turns out, the more that I see Odysseus raid people, thank you for the shout out, raid people on Twitch, the more that I realize, boy, most people have never read the Odyssey because almost everyone. It's very rare that someone knows how to pronounce his name. I'm not saying that like everybody needs to know a lot of mythology, but like the Odyssey is like the one ancient story that you should know. I don't know.
Read a book. No,
It's just funny to hear how people struggle to say his name in so many ways. Anyway, we love Odysseus. He's streaming every day here in the month of March. Go check him out. He's one of the reasons that our community is as friendly as it is. He's put in the time. So anyway, I think that's it for our dino discussion, maybe, because we can keep talking about it while we game stream, unless anybody's got any
Right.
little tidbits, But chat, you've dropped some good suggestions in there. Jerp saying that in Monster Hunter, let's see, let me read this verbatim. I mean,
What
everything in
about the
Monster Hunter.
dinosaurs from Golden Axe? Do y'all remember those riding those around and breathing fire on people?
I never played Golden Axe. Apparently played Golden Eye.
Jacques.
Yeah. I can't believe you would jacuzzi me of that. Such a thing. Okay. But Jerp said that in Monster Hunter, everything is a wyvern, which is dinosaur-ish. Which is fair. If those scorpions were, ancient, then a wyvern with a scorpion tail is definitely a qualifier.
I don't know because I have the Dragonology book, the one from Yore, and those are in there. So I don't think that counts as a dinosaur. I think they're dragons.
Well, the timeless debate continues.
Wait, is that a pun?
Hey, yes it is. So with that, we will wrap up our party topic. We're gonna wrap up the show here. So we got the game stream coming up. We got Exoprimal, which we're really looking forward to. But we're here every Thursday. You can find us live here on Thursday nights. You can find me on Monday nights live. You can find this podcast on our YouTube channel, Party Invite Show. And you can find all of our links to everything, including our wonderful Discord, our Twitter, and our active Facebook group through our website, which is partyinvite.games. What else do we know? Is there anything to shout out? We're going to put together... Asav, I told you I would follow up on this, and I forgot to do it. But last week you talked about Leap, the game that's in early access, pretty poorly optimized, but looks fun. You said it was on sale. I don't know if it is now, but the game is full price at $30. I'm certainly interested enough to pick it up. If you're someone who would be interested in hopping on that train, I'll drop a link here in chat. But just look up the game is called Leap, Leap.
Yep. And it's on Steam right now for $20.99. That is on sale for 30% off. It is still early access, but then at the end of whatever that promotion is, it's going to be up to $29.99. I think it's a good price, for what it is right now, and it's only going to get better. It is an early access game, so you do have to put up with some stuff. But hey, if you got a machine that can run it, you're in good hands. It's
Yeah.
a fun game. It's a fun time.
And like so many of the games that we play, like even somebody was asking Barotrauma, a game we've played in our community. You're in a submarine. It's a survival game. Plenty of jank on it. It just hit 1.0 this week, and someone asked, "Hey, I'm only playing by myself. Is it worth it?" Honestly, the answer is no. And for a few games that we all play together, I would say the answer really is no. Like Unrailed is a game I like. I wouldn't play that single player. But if you have a crew, totally worth it. So we want to provide that crew for you. If if we're playing games that are really best to be played with the community, we want to provide that. Even if you've never jumped in our Discord before. So I'm enthusiastic about that. If Leap sounds like it's your speed, you can check last week's show to really hear Sav talk about it. But it's a shooter that has elements of Apex Legends, a little bit of PlanetSide maybe, even some more Titanfall, even though Apex is in that realm.
Yeah.
Seems like a cool
Like
game.
the quickest way I would describe it is if Tribes Ascend and Titanfall had a baby.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick it up. I want to put together a community night here soon. So if you're interested in that, even if you just want to watch, tune into our Discord, which is discord.gg/partyinviteshow, link in chat. The other game that I would look forward to, even though we're playing Sons of the Forest on Fridays, and I won't be streaming here on this channel, you can follow Odysseus's channel. He'll be streaming it each Friday night until we're done. We probably have 2 strong sessions plus some base building sessions and stuff that I like to do. But another game on the horizon is Chivalry 2. That game obviously came out a couple years ago, if you're familiar with it. A couple years ago? Maybe 1 year ago? I don't know. A while ago at this point. But that is, once again, a game that's going to be best played with friends. Would it be fun on its own? Probably. But, that's the game where you press whichever button to yell, and your character yells for like 15 seconds. Like, it's the longest battle cry I've ever heard in any video game. We're going to get that together. Chivalry 2 is one of the games where it's like, sword and board. There's no magic or anything. It's like a third-person game, I think. It's either third or first person. It can only be 2 things, so it's going to be one of those. But you and a zillion other people, there are no NPCs in this game. You all fight in medieval combat to take over these castles and all this. You can use catapults and ballistas. You can throw the medieval equivalent of Molotov cocktails and stuff like that. But it seems really fun. That's a game you really need to play with people. So we're going to have a community night for that coming up soon. So whether or not you own the game already, if you're interested, you know where to find us. So with that, unless the 2 of you have something I've forgotten, I think that's going to be it for our show. I've pretty much named all the socials, so I don't need to say them again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with some Exoprimal.
Bye.
Bye.